Hello, all you beautiful gamers. Welcome back to the Esports Rewind podcast. Hello, Zan.
Hello, Jake. You know, it's one of those days where I just wish the people out there could see our lead up into starting the podcast, because I feel like it's really something special out there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a behind the scenes. Maybe one day we'll do behind the scenes footage. They're going to see all of our crazy talk as well. We hope you guys all enjoy the Esports Rewind podcast every single week, same day. We recap to all of you guys, a bit of a lengthier style, to all you audio listeners and YouTube listeners, the crazy stories out there. Anything to say off the bat to all the viewers?
Yeah, real quick. Hey, huge announcements out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, we are looking for a brand new content creator. We're looking to expand the team, grow into more esports games, more scenes, and do more interviews, just really like grow the channel, grow the platform overall. So by all means, if you really see yourself finding a home at esports talk, being just like Jake here every single day, sharing the news with the good people, by all means, check out the website esportstalk.com for information on how you can apply to be our very next content creator.
And also gigantically behind the scenes this past week, we did our first ever unboxing for the PO Box. We have done other unboxings, but a first official start to a series of unboxings. Thanks to all of you guys who sent stuff to the PO Box. Besides all of that, though, if you guys want to join me as a content creator, feel free to apply, and let's get it rolling with this week's Esports Rewind podcast.
That's it.
And the first thing I want to talk about, Xana, for this week is a pretty crazy one, because we've seen a dramatic rise of a brand new BR throughout this year, just back to March, that being Call of Duty Warzone, which is obviously taking over the world of Battle Royales. I think by a lot of eyes out there, overtook Fortnite, or is at least on par with Fortnite, and still, somehow, has made its way into the news because it does not have an anti-cheat, and hackers and cheaters continue to be just a gigantic issue for a game that is still gigantically successful.
And I hate to see this, especially because it's Activision making this game. And Activision has literally all of the money in the world. They have so much money. Why not fix this basic issue that so many other games at much lower budgets seem to solve like out of the gate?
Yeah, and it's something they obviously did not think of out of the gate. And although the game itself does not seem rushed, because it is such a great game.
Well,
besides the hackers and cheaters, it's a great game. Obviously, a lot of thought went into the game. It's one of the best. It makes this current Call of Duty Modern Warfare the best-selling Call of Duty of all time. Mm-hmm. So obviously, quite a bit of thought went into the game. Yes, things can be improved here and there on every game we talk about.
Call of Duty has like a lot of like I'd say it's right in there in the same camp as like FIFA and Madden, is like minor issues that they don't feel the need to fix because they know the game is going to sell well.
The audience
regardless.
always comes back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you that point, but also this past quarter reports finally coming in, and just shy of $2 billion in revenue from microtransactions alone for Activision Blizzard. I believe reports are now saying around $600 million of that from Call of Duty Warzone in a single quarter. I mean, that is just, like you said, gigantic money, and still somehow cannot solve the cheating issue. What I really wanted to talk about, though, was the opportunities that Warzone has brought into the scene have been pretty remarkable. We talk about people who have now joined esports organizations. NRG Huskers, one of the top Warzone competitors, has also offered jobs to all of your favorite former Fortnite streamers. The only reason that your favorite streamer is not playing Fortnite is because Warzone is around. And then very lastly, just jobs for, ex-Call of Duty pros, former Call of Duty pros, and current Call of Duty pros in their off-season can now all come over to Warzone and compete for substantial prize pools.
Which is all amazing to see, and I think Warzone has a lot of potential in the industry. I think we've seen fantastic results from Warzone. As you said, NRG Huskers have been amazingly successful with Warzone. I think Warzone is going to be a core part of the Call of Duty franchise going forward, just as much as zombies became a core part of Call of Duty as soon as Black Ops released in the first, in those first days.
Yeah.
I think the main issue that Call of Duty has to solve here is finally taking a second, stepping back, and addressing a lot of the problems the community has here with hacking, with a lot of minor bugs that really should have been fixed before this title ever saw a public light. We see a lot of very simple things that in a lot of other AAA titles would have been solved that slipped through the cracks here, which is very possibly because Call of Duty is such a broad game. It has a lot of aspects to it. But I think there's a lot of things that couldn't be addressed here.
Yeah, and certainly so as we slowly approach the release of Cold War as well. The synergy between Modern Warfare and, of course, we have Warzone now being attached to both those titles. The synergy will continue once everything is finally released. It's going to be interesting to see if they run into any other substantial issues, which, we can almost expect.
I think it's almost guaranteed at this point because, I mean, they said Warzone, they want it to be their ongoing property in Call of Duty. They don't want to make a new Warzone every single Call of Duty title.
Yep.
So there's almost guaranteed to be issues when you bring over a Cold War weapon into Warzone based off of, like, Modern Warfare. It's almost guaranteed you're going to run into problems.
Yeah, it's going to be freaking insane to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, Warzone has achieved a lot of success so far. Yes, like any game out there, has a lot of backdraws.
Yeah.
We will see how they do once Cold War approaches.
All right, Jake, this is more of a talking point for us, as well as many of the community out there, as I've been watching the esports community recently and how, of course, many organizations are leaning into Valorant. Many teams are starting up their own Valorant rosters, really, getting involved in the scene. But a very unique aspect of Valorant is that so many top-tier, very well-known organizations are getting involved with fully female rosters for Valorant. We now have Dignitas, Godsend, Cloud9, as well as Gen G is the most recent one with Bumble to announce their own female exclusive Valorant roster. And my question to you is, why do you think this change is coming? What is Valorant really the game that could bring the female audience and the female professional scene into, the mainstream audience, or like what's going on here?
That's a really good question. I think now more than in recent times, I think I maybe have seen this for a time with CS:GO. At one point or another, females had that, that moment. Okay, is this the breakthrough time? We had a team, I believe, Team like Secret, and then Besiktas, Juliana from CS:GO, and Zaz, those females from Counter-Strike, and of course Dignitas female.
Dignitas, of course.
They were the most well-noted female roster in Counter-Strike, and they had that time where, okay, is this it, right? Is there going to be a breakthrough? And then, of course, it comes down to, can they compete at the male events or the all-inclusive events where they bring in males and females? I think now more than ever since then, we are seeing this with Valorant. Of course, Cloud9 White has been, doing very, very well. They're expressing how dominant these females can be. And with the Cloud9 White signing, and of course the other rosters you announced, Gen G now teaming up with Bumble as they have done in the past for Fortnite female rosters, I'm really excited to see where it goes. I've also heard rumors about CLG picking up a female roster, notoriously known for CLG Red from the Counter-Strike days. So I don't know if this is going to be one of those movements where it's like, yeah, we'll take the jab and then they fall off.
As we've seen time and time again, unfortunately.
Or can they be persistent? Yeah. I don't know, but it seems like Valorant's finally given that chance again, and I just hope that we can make the most of it.
I think we both know very high-level female competitors in the esports scene. I mean, our mutual friend, Chantel, even, like, she's amazing fighting game player, right? Like, I think a lot of female players have their space in the scene. I hope that Valorant could be the breakthrough game, like you mentioned, that could really bring a lot of these people to the forefront. And who knows why orgs have this level of high belief like out the gate, but hopefully it pays off for them.
I think esports history has been riddled with a few female breakthroughs every now and again. Gaguri from Overwatch scene definitely had a breakthrough moment. I think
who has now lost her spot in the Shanghai Dragons.
So obviously a lot of these moments might seem like people just moments in time. Can it ever be persistent? I don't know, but so far from what I've seen from Cloud9 White and the announcing of all these other rosters, this is the start of something new, and so we'll see how far they can go with it. And I'm all for it. I love those kind of stories. So we'll see exactly how well they can do and how far they can go. And I got a little spicy one for you, Zan.
Hot takes? Hot takes coming in?
Okay, not from me, because I'm not a spicy guy. I tend to avoid controversy.
Orange chicken at Panda Express, like that's the spice level we're operating at. Like,
chill. It's rice and hamburger every single day. I'm a very plain guy. Either way, I try. I'm a fragile man. Okay,
fair enough.
So thanks to all you viewers out there who send me clips. And so, actually, kind of a breaking story for the podcast is I asked to you. We have someone who is now currently in this quarter the #1 female streamer. And now a recent clip from a recent stream of 100 Thieves Valkyrae has stated that her contract comes up in December. The giant question I have to you, with no background details, no context, do you think 100 Thieves are able to re-sign 100 Thieves Valkyrae?
Are they able to? Yes. Will they? Yes. I think Valkyrae has established herself as enough as a part of the 100 Thieves brand that I think they're 100% going to be willing to like really go all in with her, really try to make her a mainstay with 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I honestly, if you guys have not seen the clip, I'm sure I'll have a video on the channel sometime about this. Just based off her initial reaction, I think it's you're 100% correct. They have that little creator family. Now, yes, these are some big creators, but when you think about the initial creators they did sign, I don't know if you can actually, if you would leave them. Courage obviously left Optic Gaming to join 100 Thieves. Is that going to be his final home? You would like to think so. Even with, I would actually ironically compare Valkyrie's blow up with Among Us. How long can that last? What will her next game be? But it matters right now. The numbers she is drawing are insane for all creators out there, let alone female streamers. And so it kind of does reckon the question of Courage. With his time with Optic, he blew up with Fortnite, right? And now Optic was going through a bit of a downfall themselves during that time, but he was there for a very short period of time, blew up with Fortnite, and then joined 100 Thieves. So my question to you would be, is there another organization that can fill that void for Valkyrae, who is now currently and still blowing up? I don't know if there's anyone. Is there a next step?
That's a very fair question, and I'd say absolutely a lot of other organizations would probably be able to fit Valkyrie's needs. Like, they'd be able to, make stuff work. But I think 100 Thieves has become a true home to Valkyrae, and I think she's not going to see any particular reason to leave them, especially because I'm sure they've been treating her very well so far. I mean, they've been supporting her. I'm sure they've been compensating her appropriately for everything that she's brought the team, and I'm sure they're willing to do even more now, considering her recent growth. I don't see any reason for her to go anywhere else unless she was starting her own independent, business.
Which, who knows?
Unlikely at this stage.
Yeah,
probably.
Especially when it comes for her own esports team or organization, and especially when it comes to, if you're going to talk about top entertaining brands, it'd be, if you're going to leave 100 Thieves, where do you go to? Like a FaZe?
FaZe, yeah.
And that's not her personality or branding.
Absolutely not Ray. Yeah.
And this is the discussion I freaking love, man.
Yeah.
I don't think Ray is leaving 100 Thieves. I obviously don't know the details of the contract, but that will be up in December. So we ask all of you guys, will 100 Thieves be able to keep Valkyrae? Oh, I think it's Valkyrae, which sounds
it is Ray, yeah.
I should probably just say Ray. I always say Valkyrae.
No, yeah, I know. I've noticed it a couple times. I don't think people have ever called you out on it.
Oh, no.
I think it's Valkyrae 100%.
Yeah. You should call me out, dude.
No.
You sound like an idiot.
All right, this is another speculative topic for you, Jakey
I love
boy.
me some speculation.
Yeah, just because I love to have these conversations with you week by week, just on what's going on in the scene. And one of the most recent incidents is a lot of sports stars, celebrities, athletes starting their own esports organizations.
Insane amounts.
Yeah, it's
Can't
ridiculous.
keep up with them all.
Yeah. Considering I'm not a traditional sports guy, I only know that the Super Bowl happens because it's relatively around my birthday, and that's literally the only way I know it occurs.
Jesus Christ.
And the trailers.
I'm
are
a
cool
decent
too.
sports guy, so I'll even you out a little bit.
So you can at least tell me the rules of some of the sports.
Yes,
yeah,
that's about it.
I have no idea for 90% of them.
So hit me up, though, because we have had, it's just, whether you call them soccer or football players, but it goes beyond that. NBA players, MLB guys. It seems if you are a sports manager for one of these players right now, you are in your guy's ear saying, yo, esports are the thing.
Esports makes a lot of money.
Sign
Maybe
a
you should
team.
try that out. Yeah. But anyway, we just in the recent, the past 2 weeks, we've had Casemiro. I apologize if I don't pronounce that name correctly. Yeah, from the soccer/football scene, and we're American.
We've already been through this.
I feel like every single time we need to say sorry.
We're sorry.
We are from America. And we got Casemiro. We got Dion Walters from the NBA or Waiters. Juju Smith-Schuster. We've got David Beckham himself from the soccer scene, D-Becks.
That's the boy right there, Guild Esports, baby.
Yeah, the
big
most
money.
confusing org in esports right now.
We love him.
Yeah,
we love him.
A lot of talk about him. And at this point, I gotta wonder: is this just a fad of athletes seeing how much money esports is making right now? Just the other day, we were talking about how most of these organizations that get announced by celebrities, athletes, never make it past a single roster that really doesn't see any success in the scene overall. Is there a future for athletes being involved in esports at this level?
I think there certainly are. I don't know what those opportunities might be. I think of all orgs out there, FaZe Clan probably has the most ties to that's not even probably close. But if you're going to include artists as well as entertainers and professional sports athletes, FaZe Clan probably has the most ties. I would love to eventually one day talk to him. If they, of course, we have LeBron's son.
Shout out Bronny.
Little Bronny, already been in the news quite a bit ever since joining FaZe Clan. I don't know what that partnership is, right? What that mutual benefit might be. You have FaZe Clan make all of these partnerships with these sports guys, and of course these sports guys investing probably decent amounts of money. I don't know what they want out of it, right? Do they have enough money where it's like, I have a little side piece. Sounds wrong.
Side hustle is what you're looking for.
A little side hustle that I don't expect money back on, but I can go up to all my boys and say, yo, I got a FIFA team. or like, is that kind of what they want out of this? Do they see it as a long-term financial benefit, or is it kind of a cool little thing to say, I have that? Because there are people out there who just have a lot of money and are like, I want a little trophy, a little side thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we can both say, like, in our brief conversation with Juju Smith in leading up to our coverage of his org, we saw that, hey, that's one guy who really actually is a gamer who believes in the future of esports orgs, wants to be involved in his own esports org. But when you look at people like Bex, like, he really doesn't seem too deeply invested into Guild. And I think going forward, my main thought is, okay, so are all these people, they're just looking at esports as one way to bring them some gratification in one way or another, whether that's, clout to their friends or money, just, to add to their war chest. At what point do you think we hit a maximum level of too many celebrities, too many sports stars opening up
an
their own sports?
oversaturation of sports stars?
Yeah,
I think that time will come, and then maybe we'll find these sports stars realizing, okay, I don't want my own esports team, but I want to join one, invest in one, which we've already seen as well. I think there is a stark difference between people, like, at least right now. What D-Bex has done for Guild has been gigantic. Obviously, he's getting a gigantic financial return out of that as well, but it's very different from what Juju is doing. And we've only had the chance to speak to one of those guys. So I don't know. I think it's very subjective for each individual sports star. And I think as the years do unfold, we'll see exactly what their ideas are. But I think at least from my perspective, a lot of these guys are making millions and millions of dollars. And so, fielding a FIFA roster for, maybe 6 figures a year is not too much of a hit. And it's a cool thing to talk about. So we'll see what their future plans are. We obviously greatly welcome it. We'll see which of these sports stars can actually pull it off and make it something bigger than what it is now.
Here's hoping it's Juju.
And a very last and short story out there. I wouldn't say it's trouble for FaZe Clan, but it is definitely interesting for a talking point out there. We have now seen 2 potential investors. It's tough to know a full list of investors or ambassadors or people they are partnered with, but 2 people they've been tied to in the past couple of years, both being rapper artist Swae and Juju Smith-Schuster, who we've already talked about, a star athlete for the NFL and the Pittsburgh Steelers, have both left the organization.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that FaZe Clan was really the first org to come forward as the best option for people like these to invest in.
100%.
They have these, this certain level of rapper cred. They bring this certain level of energy and excitement and really audience engagement you don't see in the same way from other orgs. It really resonates with a lot of these personalities, I feel.
Yeah, FaZe Clan has definitely diversified their portfolio probably better than any other esports org when it comes to the entertainment industry. And so I guess it's a giant question that, even us, our 2 minds alike, we like to hear you guys' responses too. We don't know why these guys have left. Obviously, Juju left to create his own team, Team Diverge. Conflict of interest to be invested into one esports org and then start your own.
A little problematic, yeah.
A little problematic here and there. Eventually down the line, obviously, I don't think he would act on that conflict. But if you guys understand what a conflict of interest is, what if Team Diverge eventually is one of the biggest esports orgs and he's still invested in FaZe Clan?
Right. You wind up with Team Diverge and FaZe in the grand finals, and Juju's like, I can make money off of both.
What's better?
Yeah.
But and then you have a guy like Swae, who is now, ironically, left FaZe Clan as a previous investor to join what is, by some eyes, a rival who have taken FaZe employees, that being XSET, and he's invested what he calls big figures now into XSET instead.
Yeah, we've heard various numbers from that deal, somewhere between... Calm down, my guy. Yeah. I know the interview said that he
legal.
was... Yeah.
If you guys missed the Rolling Stone interview, they literally said that Swae during the interview was chain-smoking joints, and then he goes on to say that he invested 8 figures.
And then XSET comes back and is like, no, that's not
all
accurate.
What it was.
Yeah,
One of the best interviews I've seen in a long time.
Hilarious.
So I guess we'll end it on that. We don't know why these guys are leaving. Maybe they see better opportunities elsewhere. We can't really speak as to what that means for FaZe Clan because they still have plenty of partners, plenty of investors.
They're still probably one of the top orgs when it comes to celebrity engagement.
Oh, they'll keep on bringing them in.
Personalities, absolutely.
This won't halt a thing, but it makes me curious, what Juju and Swae can now do apart from FaZe and what they saw in FaZe that did not mean a future with them. As per usual, we hope you guys all enjoy the Esports Rewind podcast. Audio listeners, YouTube listeners, thank you so much for giving us the time of day. We really do love rambling with all of you guys. And with that, Xanifer, give him that good old yaka outro.
Yeah, I'm glad to, my guy. You know, as always, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you like to listen to podcasts on the go, on your mobile phone, you know, wherever. As part of the Prediction Esports Talk Show Network, that's PREEDICTION. Just type that in, and you can find us right there alongside a lot of other fantastic esports and gaming news podcasts. You know, you can also find our daily esports news coverage at Esports Talk on YouTube, esportstalk.com as well for some of the stuff we don't get to cover on the channel that's still very important. And if ever you feel the need to reach out to us, share a kind word, share a story, just
here's
say
our
hello.
phone numbers.
Yeah, not phone numbers, Jake. We're not doing that. Yeah, you can hit us up with a P.O. box. Send us a letter. Yo,
I love letters.
You'll get directly to us. We just filmed our first P.O. box unboxing video.
Fun. So
We're
freaking
gonna give everybody a direct shout out. You know, by all means, send us a shout there. We're on Twitter at talk_esports, Instagram at esports_talk. By all means, reach out, and thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
We love you guys. We'll see you back here next week on the Esports Rewind podcast. Okay, bye-bye.